So this video is going to look at entitlements permissioning in AdaptableBlotter.JS. And in fact, one of the most common questions we receive in demos, roadshows, by email is it possible to restrict the Adaptable Blotter so that some users, some groups, some desks only see a restricted set of functionality? And the answer is yes, and we're going to show you how in this video. Now, by default, everything in the Adaptable Blotter is fully available for all users. So I've started a new version here, and I'm able to access any function I want. So for instance, if I want to perform a smart edit, I'm able to, let's multiply all those by 10, the old value, new value. You can see they can. I'm able to create a custom sort. So let's do that. Let's create a sort. Let's do it for the counterparty column. And let's say we always want to see credit Suisse first, then bar cap, then everything else alphabetically. That's a counterparty custom sort. If I go into the counterparty column, it now sorts it that way. So I can do anything I want. I can perform exports. I can export. I can create new reports. I can do whatever I want. So how do I restrict that? Well, the answer is you do it through config, and we're going to show you how now. And the way you do it is through this section here in the config called Entitlements. And in the Entitlements section, there is another section called Function Entitlements. And each function entitlement has two properties. The first is the name of the function that you want to restrict access to. And the second is the access level. By default, all access levels are default, which means everything is available. But you can choose to make it read-only, which means users can see the function, but they can't add or edit new things, but they can use anything that you ship. And there's hidden, which means the whole function is entirely invisible to users, and they just don't know it's there and they can't access it in any shape or form. And in this example here, we've made two functions, export and custom sort, to be read-only, so they'll be available, but you can't add or edit items, though you can use existing ones. And we've made two others, plus, minus, and smart edit, to be hidden altogether. So that's the config, and this file is called democonfig.json. And how do you add the config? Well, you do that through your Adaptable Blotter object. The Adaptable Blotter object is the object that you pass in to whichever instance of the Adaptable Blotter you're using. Here we're using the AG grid. And it has 7 or 8 different properties. The only one you have to set is primary key, but the other properties are useful if you want auditing, remote config, multiple blotters. And we're going to use this property here, which is called predefined config URL, and that is the name of any config that you want to ship. And that doesn't just have entitlements, that can have all your other objects, and there's a whole load of config properties which we'll look at in other videos. But we're going to type the name, oops, if I can, of our file, democonfig.json. Let's save that. And now when I rerun the Adaptable Blotter, it's going to pick this up as my config file. So let's do that. Let's rerun it. And now when I go back in, it's now picked it up, and we can see that a couple of things have changed. So if we remember that export and custom sort were read-only, so we can now see that the export toolbar, I can use existing reports, but I can no longer add a report. If I want to try and add a report, you can see it's all blanked out. And the other one was custom sort. So again, I'm able to access custom sorts, but I can't do new ones. I can't edit existing ones, but because it's read-only, I can still run it. So I can still run the custom sort we created earlier. But the other two products, plus, minus, and smart edit, are now completely gone. They're not available here. You can see plus, minus, and smart edit are no longer in the toolbar, and they're no longer in the drop-down either. So they're completely hidden. So that's all you have to do. By default, every function is available fully for every user, but you can use config to decide which functions are going to be read-only, so they're available but you can't add or edit, or which are going to be completely hidden altogether so that no users can use them. So that's it. Very simple, but very powerful. The AdaptableBlotter.JS entitlements configuration. And if you want to find out more details, please go to our help. If you go into the Adaptable Blotter help, go into our knowledge base. In the admin, we've got predefined configuration, and it tells you all about the different configuration options. And it also, in fact, also tells you the name of this property here, the function property, which you can find in the appendix. So for more information, please look at our help, or please get in touch with us. And that's it, AdaptableBlotter.JS entitlements. Thanks for watching.